Society today is trying to encourage young people to be less and less masculine. We're discouraging people from growing into becoming strong leaders and warriors of tomorrow. Well, no, that's actually not true. The push against toxic masculinity isn't about making people less masculine. Nobody wants people to be less masculine. It's against people being held to a standard of masculinity which is harmful. The push against toxic masculinity is a push against this kind of messaging. The messaging that men shouldn't show fear, or that it's weak if they express any kind of emotions or anything. This makes people feel like they can't express their feelings, or like any admission of weakness or need or any desire of emotional support is a form of weakness, where they're not actually fulfilling their responsibility as a man, and makes them feel like they are less for admitting or trying to talk about these things. That's actually not true. We're seeing young people discouraged more and more from doing anything that could even be considered masculine, or from having any kind of outlet for their aggressive or more masculine tendencies, and people are encouraged to be softer and more effeminate, basically. Admitting a need for emotional support is not an admission of weakness, and admitting that one has emotions and feelings, even being willing or wanting to talk about them, does not make one less of a man or make somebody a weak person. Men are naturally predisposed to be fighters and leaders, and by trying to hold down or suppress this part of our identity, we're making our entire society weaker. Our society is becoming increasingly uncomfortable with the idea that young people could use their aggression or actually act as men in any meaningful and responsible way. Pushing back against toxic masculinity isn't about trying to make people less manly. It's about trying to encourage people to grow as individuals and even as men. And fighting against the fight against toxic masculinity is perpetuating toxic masculinity. If I can't bean someone in the face with a rubber ball and then make them rub some dirt in the cut whenever they're bleeding about it, I don't have an opportunity to express my identity as a man. The desire for strong, deep, and committed individuals who have a sense of honor and who have a sense of inner strength means detaching from toxic masculinity, and it means embracing the idea that things which could be considered feminine aren't going to compromise your identity. They don't make you less of a man. They don't compromise your strength or anything. Jesus told us that when faced with persecution, we had the right to shoot our problems. It is my constitutional right to be able to shoot my problems and hit them with large sticks. And if anybody gets in the way of that, they are an affront to my identity as a man and to my masculinity. And I feel threatened by that. Because strength is supposed to come from something more internal. It can come from somewhere deeper. Steel Titan, honor, and sandalwood. Well, you can't really see it, can you? And when it comes from somewhere deeper, it is incredibly more dynamic, more powerful, more subtle, more complex, even softer, but capable of doing incredible things and more profound things. It provides a deeper, quieter sense of inner strength and understanding, and a form of strength and power which is further reaching and more relevant in the long run.